In 2004, Blockbuster had 9,000 stores and controlled 25% of the global video market. It was the undisputed king of Friday night. But behind the blue and yellow sign, a massive financial trap was closing. Those 9,000 leases, once its greatest weapon, were about to become an $800 million annual liability. Blockbuster didn't fail because it was small. It failed because it was too big to move. In the mid-90s, Viacom purchased Blockbuster for $8.4 billion. The strategy was simple: aggressive physical expansion. By 2004, a Blockbuster store opened every 17 hours. This required massive capital. Each location carried a long-term lease, specialized shelving, and a small army of staff. While investors cheered the growth, they ignored the lack of flexibility. These contracts were ironclad. When customer habits shifted toward digital and mail order, Blockbuster couldn't just turn off its overhead. They were locked into thousands of multi-year property deals that demanded high-margin sales just to break even. The network was no longer an asset, it was a cage. Could any company survive when its fixed costs are tied to a declining consumer habit? Blockbuster's most dangerous decision wasn't a product, it was a revenue line item. By the early 2000s, late fees accounted for nearly 16% of their total revenue. That's $800 million a year earned by annoying their own customers. This created a perverse incentive. The business literally profited from customer dissatisfaction. When they finally tried to pivot with the No Late Fees campaign in 2005, the financial reality hit. The initiative cost the company hundreds of millions in lost revenue and led to a massive legal settlement over hidden restocking fees. They had built a mountain of debt that only late fees could service. But without those fees, how could they survive? The very thing that made them profitable was now the thing driving customers into the arms of the competition. The common myth is that Blockbuster ignored Netflix. The reality is more complex. In 2006, Blockbuster launched Total Access. It was a brilliant counterattack. For one monthly price, you could get movies in the mail and exchange them for free in-store. It was working for the customer. Netflix was actually losing subscribers to Blockbuster for the first time. But this victory came with a staggering price tag. Total Access was costing Blockbuster $2 for every single exchange. They were buying market share with money they didn't have. Internal friction between the digital team and the franchise owners began to boil over. The franchisees hated that they were giving away movies for free to support a corporate subscription. The question remained, could they bleed cash long enough to kill Netflix? Or would their own internal civil war destroy the plan first? The end wasn't a sudden crash. It was a slow strangulation by debt and boardroom warfare. Activist investor Carl Icahn pushed for aggressive cost-cutting, eventually leading to the departure of CEO John Antioco. The aggressive Total Access strategy was scaled back to save pennies, giving Netflix the breathing room it needed to dominate streaming. By 2010, Blockbuster carried nearly $1 billion in debt. Interest payments alone were eating the company alive. They were paying for stores that people no longer visited, and for a legacy that had become a liability. When they finally filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, they still had thousands of locations. It wasn't a lack of vision that killed them. It was the weight of their own history. They were trapped in a retail model that the world had already outgrown. Blockbuster's story is a warning about legacy costs. Success can create a trap where your biggest assets become your greatest liabilities. If you found this breakdown of the retail trap valuable, subscribe for more deep dives into the financial decisions that shape the business world. Thank you for watching. What legacy brand do you think is in a trap today?